joining us. Get ready for the NBA here on 2K Sports. It's the NBA, served to you weekend style. It's the Milwaukee Bucks going up against the New York Knicks. And now we send you out to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K crew. I'll see you at the half.
Folks, it's next on 2K Sports. Another season's here. The Milwaukee Bucks taking on the New York Knicks, live from Madison Square Garden in New York City. On the mecca, made a mecca of basketball, mecca of a lot of sports, but that's where basketball was born in terms of the United States. So enjoy the game.
I'm not afraid. Yeah. It's been a ride. You can try and read my...
Hi, everyone. Kevin Harlan along with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. We're here to present the NBA on this Saturday afternoon. Now a chance to check out tonight's starting lineups. First, for the Bucks, Brandon Knight is out there with Mayo. And inside, a kinetic shot blocker rebounder out of Virginia Commonwealth, Harry Sanders. Then it's the machine, and it's Ilyasova in at the four-man position. And for the Knicks, Calderon is out there with J.R. Smith. And it's Samuel Gallenberg, man in the middle at the center position. Then it's Anthony. And it's Stoudemire in at the four spot.
You know, the Knicks got off to a fast start, but when you employ as many old bodies as they did last year, it's hard to sustain the level of play you need over the course of a full season. It's one reason they started to falter a bit late in the year.
So the Bucks win the tip. Smith against Mayo. Parker left side. Out of bounds. New York takes possession. Bucks on defense. Calderon with it. Stoudemire defended by Ilyasova. And it's Stoudemire missing. And Clark, you said the Knicks did hit that lull last season right after the All-Star break into early March. But Steve, when the vets saw the finish line in sight, they picked up their play and got back in it.
That's right. They won 13 games in a row late in the season, catapulting themselves back into the top tier of teams in the East, and let everyone know that they would not be exiting the playoffs early. That really was the start of that run.
And so the Milwaukee Bucks get the first points of the ballgame. Here's Knight. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Kevin, I had a chance to catch up with Larry Drew. They'll have their hands full with the Knicks in this one, and I asked him how he planned on playing them. He told me they have some big names. Melo, Kidd, Amare, the list goes on. I think we can beat them with our depth, though. The deeper into the benches each team goes, the better advantage we'll have. We'll see if his bench backs up his remarks, guys.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris.
You know, in Larry Drew's case, it was a bit of an unusual situation once the season concluded. He was in the final year of his deal. The Hawks said we'll interview other candidates and left him free to interview for other head coaching positions, and he landed in Milwaukee.
And here is Parker. After J.R. Smith getting his three to go. Ilyasova passes to Sanders. Bank shot, no good. New York's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Anthony drives in, takes it into the teeth of the knee and converts the layup. Anthony's got his first points in this one. Well, Stephen, back to Coach Drew, of course, he ended up signing with the Bucks.
Well, that was an interesting move for him to go from Atlanta to Milwaukee. You know, the Hawks were one of the better defensive teams in the league last year. I think that's what the Bucks saw in Drew. And that's the idea for him to really help this team get the most out of its players, particularly defensively.
Now here's Anthony. O.J. Mayo missing his last shot. Shoots from the elbow. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. Bucks have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game.
And when Melo attacks off the dribble, I think that's when he's really at his best. He's got excellent ball handling skills and footwork for a player of his size. And whether putting the ball in his hands in the pick and roll or just isoing him in that pinch post area, he is very tough to defend when he gets ahead of steam guard.
Now Calderon after the missed 3 from Parker. Offensive rebound. Here's Smith. The basket drops and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
Strong rebounding, and he's rewarded with the easy putback.
And for Carmelo, attacking the rim makes a lot of sense. His three-point shot has been streaky over the years, but he looks like he's at least trying, Steve, to diversify his offense.
Well, I think he needs to attack more often. He can settle for threes. Sometimes he has a tendency to do that, but he's so strong and so quick that I think he's best suited when he really attacks the hole and gets to the foul line.
Now here's Mayo. Will it go? That one wide left.
I'll tell you what, for what's really an elementary shot, he looked a little nervous on that release.
Smith dishes to Carmelo. Back to Smith. Calderon. Some nice passing by New York here. Anthony kicks to Smith. That one falls, coming off Anthony's feet. It's now 8 points for J.R. Smith.
Well, one of the things that makes him special is his tendency to become red hot in just a matter of seconds. And you never know when it's coming. You know, all it takes is a shot or two, and he's rolling.
And something else everybody loves about him is his ability to do the sensational and spectacular. His dunks simply defy description at times.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Kenyon Martin, he's checked in for Dallenberg. Beasley comes in for Amari Stoudemire. Amon Shumpert's checked in for J.R. Smith. And it's Larkin in for Jose Calderon.
Well, you know, the Bucks thought they had a plan to make a big push forward by pairing some talent together in the backcourt, but what seems to have happened is they are now mired in mediocrity, which is exactly where you don't want to be.
The kick out to Mayo. Pocket 4. Gets an open look and hits. Mayo's got his second bucket. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Larkin kicks to Beasley. With a nice touch off the glass. And back to Minnesota. They were the 8th seed in the East last year, but still finished 6 games under 500. Still a lot of work for them to get above 500 and be in a position where, Steve, they are, competing for home court in the playoffs.
Yeah, a lot of changes for the Bucks in the offseason, but a team that was able to sneak in last year. They're hopeful to make it once again this season, but it feels like they're kind of stuck in the middle right now.
Here's Larkin. Brandon Knight picking up that last basket. Oh, good on the triple.
Boy, but he was close, Kevin, to making the defense pay for lackadaisical coverage there.
Yeah, he had a really good look. I mean, he'll knock that down more often than not.
Now, here is Knight. Outside Mayo. 6 to shoot. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. But Julia, who's checked in for Sanders. Udo comes in for Ilyasova. Jared Dudley's checked in for the Machine. And it's Ish Smith in for Brandon Knight.
You know, the Bucks were the last team to make it into the Eastern Conference playoffs, and part of the reason that happened was because they didn't really do well against the rest of the conference. 20-24 and 28 against the East.
And up the court come the Bucks on the break. With the stuff.
Guys, that's simply superb. Ball pressure, a run out, and then a dunk in transition.
Exactly, Clark, what they wanted. The aggressive defense to lead to.
Yeah, points in transition.
Yeah, that's why you want to make the other team feel uncomfortable handling the ball, because you can get easy points out of it at the other end.
1:15 left to play here in the first. Clark, as you were saying, the rest of the Eastern Conference got the better of the Bucks. Had they been a little tougher against some of the lesser teams in their own conference, they might not have had to deal with the Heat in the first round of last year's playoffs.
Well, the Bucks tried to mix things up last year. Remember, they made the big trade at midseason, too, going for J.J. Redick and moving on from some of the young players. And I think that changed. And, of course, the coaching switch from Scott Skiles to Jim Boylan. So they lost some of their momentum.
And so it's New York with it after the three-pointer from Smith. New York, no good that time either.
Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
Well, you don't see him miss that shot very often. When he's open like that, it's usually lights out.
Now here's Dudley. Pachulia lays it up and banks it in. Pachulia's got his first 2 points.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
And that one is good by Beasley.
Well, I'm not necessarily a big fan of him shooting that shot, but they did give him the space.
And here's Smith. Michael Beasley getting it to go from deep. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Mayo off the pitch from Pachulia. Mayo drives in. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Mayo's got 8.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and keep scoring points. Keep it going.
Yeah, not a lot you can do defensively when they continue to get the ball inside and get these easy shots.
He's got so much junk in his trunk. He'll find a way to hurt you.
From midcourt, shot is off. Well, it's been a high-scoring competitive game through the first quarter of play.
Both teams have brought their game.
Bucks lead by 2.
Bucks and the Knicks.
Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this.